Well, boys and girls, are you ready for story time? Yes! And are you at home ready? Well, do you know that Jesus loves you very, very much?
Yeah!
How do you know? Any ideas? How about Jesus loves me, this I know, for
the Bible tells me so.
Jesus loves us so much, and you know what? He wants more than anything.
What?
He wants to have a relationship with us. That means he wants us to talk to him in prayer and to listen to him from the Bible. And he wants us to love him and be so excited about our relationship with him that we can't help but to share him with others.
Excellent!
But you know something else? Jesus warned us that it wouldn't always be easy to follow him. When he was here on earth, he had many followers who loved him and believed him, but he also had many enemies. You see, some people were very jealous of Jesus, especially the leaders at that time. They didn't like crowds looking to Jesus instead of them. They were afraid of losing power.
Get a life!
Others rejected him because he made them feel squeamish. He taught the truth and they didn't want to hear it. You can just imagine if these people hated Jesus so much, how they must have felt about the Christians. After Jesus had gone to be with the Father in heaven, his enemies tried to get rid of all the Christians.
You're under arrest.
Wait, please.
Leave alone!
Why? Don't you hurt them! Why?
Orders of Caiaphas. This household is under arrest.
No, please. No, please, no. No, don't harm them, please.
Come on, Gina! Let me go!
Christians were being arrested left and right. It was just awful. Many began to flee for their lives.
Forget the stupid basket, Sam. We don't have the time. Saul wouldn't come all the way up to Damascus, would he? Who knows what killers might do? Now, come on. Jeremiah! Jeremiah! Wait for me!
What
Of course, the bad guys didn't like it when the Christians started running away. They entered house after house only to find them empty. Obviously, this made it more difficult for them to be arrested. But these men were brutal, and they stopped at nothing. Buying information, which is also called bribery, was one of the methods that they found to use. They searched out beggars who were hanging around in the streets and showed them money. If these street people could tell them where the Christians were, the money was theirs.
That's bogus!
There was one man, Paul, who was especially in danger. He had been an enemy in charge of many arrests on the Christians, until one day his life was changed and he gave his heart to Jesus. This didn't go over too hot with the rest of his gang. They were so mad they just decided to drop everything and go after Paul until they found him.
He's boning!
It was the Christians who then risked their life to help the man who had been their greatest enemy.
Try the south gate first. If it's guarded, go to the east. Paul, be careful.
So Paul made his way toward the south gate. He snuck through the crowds, hiding his face as he went. If anyone recognized him,
If you're not going to buy anything, please step away.
Uh-oh! Trouble ahead!
nope, can't get out of there. He'll have to try the east. They couldn't possibly be at every gate, could they?
Look out, soldiers!
soldiers were everywhere. Paul ran as fast as he could. He just kept running and running for what seemed like forever. In his mind, he could see the faces of the men who were after him. I must not stop, he thought to himself. I must keep running. But eventually, he got too tired to run anymore, and he just fell against a wall. He could hardly breathe. He was so tired. And then...
Get out of the way! You want to be trampled to death?
Paul had tried everything, but he just couldn't get out of town. And now he was too worn out and hungry to go on. At last, he gave up and returned to a home of a friend.
Paul! I thought you'd left. I can't get out. Caiaphas has men all over town. Oh, you must be hungry. Here. I better make sure this is latched. You never... It's you. I was just closing up. I mean, I'm cold.
Have you seen Paul?
No. You asked me that just an hour ago.
It would be stupid for someone to hide Paul. You know that, right? Mind if I take this one? I need something to carry Paul's head in.
These guys were out for blood, but Paul's new friends had a plan to get him out. By the time morning came, Paul would be far, far away.
That should be enough food until you get to safety.
More than enough. I knew I'd be able to use these baskets someday.
You know where you'll go?
Yes. Wherever the people will listen.
This preaching, it won't be easy, Paul.
I like a good fight.
Quickly! We must hurry!
Safe travel, Paul.
Goodbye, Paul.
Farewell.
God bless you, Brother Paul.
Keep the faith, brethren. Keep the faith.
Paul did get away safely and went on to preach the gospel all over the world. As for the other Christians, they continued to be treated badly by the leaders and stayed strong in their faith and continued to grow in numbers. All through history, Christians have been picked on, beaten, put in prison, and even killed because they believed in Jesus. In many countries today, these things still happen. But Jesus promised to give us strength to keep going even when it's really, really hard. It may be the hardest thing in the whole wide world. Paul once said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when things get tough, who will strengthen us, boys and girls?
Jesus! Jesus!